way to do that. Make sure that even once it is implemented, that everything stays sane. And I think that we're at a level where implementing the 2 million Masternodes works well, and we figured a way to do it in a way that isn't going to harm the end value.
We want to drop Masternodes to 2 million right now at the end of this month, so then we can focus the next quarter on getting on more exchanges. We feel we have a really strong community right now, and we are growing every single day on all media sources. So we really want to build the traction. As you guys just heard about some of the accessibility of Lynda, we want to make sure it's more accessible on all media outlets, on all regions of the world. So that way it's just easier for all investors. If we market it, that's one point, but the other point is making it accessible. So we have to do our end of that. Rebranding. We will have some announcements about that in the near future. We really just want to emphasize right now, Masternode's dropping to 2 million and show you guys the speed that that's going to really bring to our blockchain, because it's going to really open up the availability for everyone. We're not going to have 1% of people that can afford 30 million Lynda right now for a Masternode, but we're going to actually open it up for everybody and it really give the same return. The white paper, yes, we actually do have a white paper in the mix, but I think that announcement should come in a little bit more time here, because there's a lot of technology that's going to be implemented in that, and we want to make sure that gets its own topic altogether, because it is going to be a lot of good things. So we'll leave that for another time. Right now, if there is any questions about Masternodes or the current structure or what the new wallet might entail with Masternodes, we're more than happy to answer that.
Hey, Jonah, question here.
Yeah.
I know back when you guys kind of took over the leadership officially, there's a lot of talk about how in the future you would lower the return on the Masternodes. Is that still something you guys are talking about? Have you figured out that algorithm yet and how that's going to happen? Or
I don't think necessarily it's going to be lowering the return on Masternodes itself. What we want to do, okay, so what Dash essentially has right now is an emission structure. What they do is they have, let's say, a lot of coins in the beginning, and then as the blocks continue on and people start getting a lot of rewards, hence us right now in this current time, so we would have a lot of rewards. Over, let's say, 20 years or maybe a long time down the road, that would start to become a little bit more finite. That would allow more people to actually see more value on the actual coin itself. So we're looking at supply and demand versus, inflation. We want to make sure that the inflation is proportional to the supply and demand. And we also want to make sure that by getting on more regions and all of these things, that the price of your return is still going to be reflected on the price of the coin. So if the price, all of a sudden does go up substantially, then I feel like anyone that does have a Masternode at that current point would still have a sufficient amount of return coming in, if not more, because the value of the coin actually went up versus just the 365. So I'm trying to appeal to more investors on a scale of just, okay, well, yeah, you're going to have the 99% return, but also this algorithm is going to really, really support the price, and it's also going to support, the encouragement of the soccer, let's say, going up. So that's kind of the algorithms that we see with some of these other coins to reduce the inflation that happens sometimes in the longevity of the coin. And that's something that wouldn't take effect right now, but that would actually be something that would be noticeable, let's say, over the next 10 years if it was actually implemented.
Gotcha.
By that time that it actually was implemented and you did notice it, it would be a substantial difference between the price of where we are now to then. So you would have to do a calculation to determine really, like, okay, well, how much has the price gone up versus your return going down? And if it ends up being about 99% still at the same, then that's kind of what we're going for. We want to make sure that you still get a decent return, but like you might have a 15% gain in the price, and you might have, let's say, the 85% coming back in your staking at some point. Then the following year, it goes up 5%, and then you have potentially 80%. So these are the type of things that you can encourage in a specific algorithms that you can apply, but it's not something that we can force. It's just encouragement of that by the technology that you can sit there and try and play with in the code.
Gotcha. And then the only other follow-up to that is with all that, is there a max supply, or has that question been answered, or maybe I just missed it?
There is a max supply, but the way that algorithm is being distributed right now is that actually will come with the emissions. So when you do see the emissions,
Gotcha.
it'll be calculated to probably about I want to say 200 years to 100 years, between that range, where you would actually have a definite number of coins at that given point. That's the same way that Dash does. So for example, I think Dash right now starts at their current max reward right now. And then let's say at the year 277, it's actually 0%, and there's no more coins rewarded whatsoever. So that's the kind of distribution that they have. And then at that given point, because they know that no more coins are distributed at year 277, they can say, okay, that's our max supply, because no more will be defined at that given point. So we have to do the calculation many years in advance to tell you exactly when that's going to happen.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. You know the max supply is can make or break the investors. So yeah, sorry, I'm from the Netherlands. If you make it high, the price go down. If you make it low, the price go up. There are investors that want to know what's the max supply.
It's a very basic way of looking at it, though. You have to, like, the max supply is still set. It's just set through, like, X amount of coins get burned and increasingly amounts, so that by X year, you have a X supply, like max. But then by that point, you'd be completely maxed out on your rewards. There'd be nothing.
So we've set a hard cap right now. Yeah, okay, there is a hard cap of 50 billion in the max supply, but that isn't given an algorithm to a definite date. That's just when that block reward happens. 50 billion, that's when it stops. And we want to make sure that we can actually estimate the given time that that's going to happen. And you have to remember that this is code that was produced by a different founder that had a different team at that given point. So now we're going in and doing what we feel is the best thing at this current point. And that was one of the major things, is getting a max supply in right away.
Okay, but what are the changes you, as a new team, without the founder, gonna change for Linda Coin?
I'm sorry, pardon me?
You take over from the maker of Linda Coin. So what is gonna happen in the next, let's say, 3 months that you're gonna do?
Okay, so what we've already done is we've actually increased staking rewards. I don't know if you've noticed that with our most current release. Yeah, so we've done multiple things, on top of the new website that you see, the white paper. We've also built our community, but what we're really going to focus on right now is getting this Masternode drop to 2 million out, so everyone can actually see that reward. And it's on a very, very, very equal playing field. So everyone gets this great reward that, some of these other people have been talking about, but haven't necessarily experienced. So that's what our immediate goal, if you want to know what's happening right away.
Okay, so your first thing is Masternodes, and then all the other.
Correct.
Yeah. I mean, everything that you've seen Linda be and is essentially is what we've done. Like, prior to us taking over from Sandlog, Linda had been no development for 8-9 months, and was at 3 Satoshi. So, everything up to this point, wallet, version 1.2, version 1.3, as well as like the changes for encryption, the actual like bug fixes we've been doing, language translations. I mean, all of it, the community building, this whole entire thing, really.
Solid work, guys. I mean, that new Mac wallet is just stellar. It's working great.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm happy what you're doing, but I'm from Europe, and we have one question from Europe. We want to buy Linda from Fiat directly, and we hope you can fix this. Stefan knows, Justin knows what I'm talking about. Lightbit is the only one we can buy from.
Yep, that's positive.
We'll definitely put some effort in to make sure that we get on some of these major exchanges. Like I said, I'm in Seattle right now, so near some of the bigger exchanges. It's just a matter of coming correct. Like we've said, we have a really strong support, and every day, the community is growing. Right at this instant, we're even going up on CoinMarketCap. So we have to celebrate the daily victories and just know that we're working every day towards the same thing.
Yeah, we're happy. Don't get me wrong. We're happy what you're doing, but I'm from Europe, and we only have the chance to buy from all the exchanges, Bitcoin, then send to Cryptopia, then change for Linda, and it takes like 2 hours, 3 hours before we get Linda in our pockets.
Can you guys hear me?
Same here, dude.
Yeah, we get.
I have a question regarding the total supply of Linda coin.
Yep.
Is the team doing anything in regards to the 50 billion total supply? Are they having
Yes.
a token burn? Are they doing something to preserve the price of the coin despite that fact? Okay, and if so, what is it?
Yeah, so we've decided that we're gonna change the max supply. It won't be 50 billion. It'll be less. We're still working out those mathematical.
Okay, do you have any target numbers?
That could be dependent on the community and what we think would be best personally. So we're trying to base that off of what everyone has said.
Okay, that's understandable.
We do know, and that's kind of why the emission thing has taken place, right? So it actually, given an instance, could burn a lot of the coins in a sense. It could remove them from the block. So, if we did, let's say, an aggressive burn, you could see potentially half of the max supply disappear. If it was that aggressive and that's what people wanted, I mean, then that would leave 25 billion coins theoretically.
Go ahead, Jonah.
That's good to hear.
I was just going to say we've done a lot of the algorithms that we've done. A lot of the numbers that have come into play have been anywhere between 40 and 60% less than what the current max supply is.
Okay.
I mean,
I really do
what we're
appreciate
looking
that
at.
transparency. Oh, that's excellent to hear, guys.
And just a point about the max supply, I mean, really that's just one aspect, guys. And I think that what you've seen with the team so far is they've done a great job of coming back on the back end with and with the marketing. I mean, those are two huge issues too. So max supply is only one aspect of it.
Yeah, it is. It is. I was actually curious. I don't know if you guys have considered other utilitarian aspects that Linda Coin can have. Like, for example, Theta Token is all about video streaming. Maybe Linda Coin can serve a purpose, and I don't know if maybe the team is working on something in regards to that separates it from the masses, you could say.
We have a few things that are extremely proprietary that we're looking at right now. We're trying to just focus on our one partnership that we have been emphasizing. We did actually talk about that on one of our previous Q&As, so feel free to tune into that if you would feel like you would like to hear that. But we are looking at right now a form of SIM cards for specifically purchasing private SIM cards, and it will be something that will be developed over a long term, and it'll actually come out in its own paper explaining the benefits of that. And we really don't want to
No, by all means,
undersell it, because it's going to be something that will be highly advantageous for the blockchain as a whole, and actually highly advantageous for Linda Coin. And I think that talking about it something in the Q&A, it doesn't do it justice, because we have some really big things planned.
I can respect that. If you want to keep it under wraps and you think it's in the best interest of the coin, by all means, I think that's a great strategy. But no, I'm glad to hear that you do have something in the works. That's fantastic.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think it's going to make everybody extremely happy. Extremely happy. Yeah.
Good to hear.
Yeah. Hey guys, I just wanted to thank you for everything that you've done so far since taking over. I just wanted to know if maybe you can shed some light a little bit on the rebranding. With I don't know if you already touched on this or not, but when that might happen or what it looks like.
Oh, that's a great question. We talk about it a lot. We have a plan. It's in the process of things, and it will be announced soon. We can't say much right now, though.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we have in the pipeline here that it's just we don't want to really announce it until we have a hard figure on everything. So it might just be kind of poor timing as far as the live Q&A goes, because we'll be updating everybody in a timely order. It's so if we don't mean to ignore anybody on those questions. It's just kind of we don't want to release everything that we have just yet.
What is the best channel of communication for you guys? Is it Telegram? Is it Twitter?
Discord, or Twitter. 100%.
Discord over Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, you can direct message any member of the team on Twitter, and you can also do the same thing to any of the active members on Discord. I'm on there all day with my phone. You just DM me with any problems you may have, and we'll get it fixed.
Okay, excellent.
Okay, for the rebrand, do I have to take my coins in the original wallet, or can I stay on post pool?
All those things will be answered soon, I promise. You guys are doing good, though. You're asking all the right questions. Just please bear with us. We have I'm telling you, you guys are killing me, because I want to but you know what? It's going to be great.
Hey guys, one quick question. So first of all, thank you for everything that you guys do. Been with you guys for about 6 months now, and definitely has been a scary road to say. But anyways, as far as the coin burn or the reduction of the max supply, let's say it happens over the next 100 years or whatever it goes to. Does that mean that we'll get less rewards now once that's implemented?
No. If anything, you would see an instance of maybe like 3% change right now, and then something would progressively happen as years went on, but that would be to support the price.
Got it. Thank you. Also, one more. Just do you guys have anything in the pipeline for updating the Explorer so it's more user friendly? It shows, once the new masternodes are out, who has masternodes, how much they're earning, kind of compared to other projects that I'm involved in that I have masternodes for. They make it really easy to monitor the nodes to see how often you're getting the rewards through their Explorer. And also, a second to that, possibly, is there a word for a mobile wallet along the way?
I'm going to let our developer come in now. I don't know if he's still here.
Specifically. Yeah, I'm still here. In terms of a Masternode Explorer, I don't think that currently we have anything in-house per se that does that. We've been relying on Masternode Pro, and please forgive me, there's another Masternode collective, and I can't remember the name of it. We've been relying on them pretty heavily for those kinds of reporting. I'm not sure if they would actually meet your expectations, but in terms of finding something and creating a Block Explorer or Masternode Explorer, that could be something that we could pursue for sure. Especially if I had a little bit more detail on what would be expected from the community from such a product. But currently, it's gone. Any of the Masternode exploring that I've been doing, it's been through third parties like Masternode Pro. And if
Okay.
somebody else on the team could jump in and give the other name, because I didn't mean to get a dumb moment there.
Oh no, it's okay. I was just going to answer the other question, saying that yeah, we are we have been looking and planning with some new designs to try and implement a mobile wallet.
Yes, I forgot that second question. I believe mobile wallet is Q3 or Q4, so it's definitely on the roadmap, and it's definitely something that will be coming.
Awesome. Thanks so much, guys.
Hey, will there still be an airdrop?
We are definitely working on that. And you know what's funny is that's going to be paired with a lot of these other announcements that you're going to see. It's going to be trying to make as much excitement as possible with one announcement, if you guys are getting what I'm talking about. But we want to do that effectively. So in order to do that, we have to strategically plan, and it takes a lot of planning.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff coming out in the very, very near future, and I think it's just a matter of proper placement of the announcements so that everyone can get what they want. So you'll have to bear with us.
So any ETA on these announcements, like a month, a few weeks?
Those announcements will come. They'll come.
We can't put a hard date on these announcements. I mean, as the technology gets developed, all this stuff takes time. And as soon as we come out and we give hard dates on anything that we don't have completed, you know, things happen. This is a business. This is, you know, it's not even practical for us to give hard dates until things are literally done or really close to being done. So, I mean, we are working on a lot of things to better the coin, to address a lot of these things that you guys have brought up that have been talked about for quite a while. The rebranding, the airdrops, the masternodes, and we finally have gotten to where we feel confident that we can implement the masternodes on the 31st of this month. As far as everything else, we're working on it. That is for sure.
Well, and he touched on, it is a business, and you guys have to understand, for when you're talking about this kind of stuff, you're also talking about things that involve non-disclosure agreements and things that we just can't talk about. And try as we might to circumvent that and talk about the things that maybe wouldn't be included in that, it's kind of hard to give you the full picture if we can't talk about certain things.
Hi guys. Are you guys expanding the team? I mean, how are you guys going to expand it? When will it happen? Because I just saw 5 members in the team.
We've been posting ads out and in different positions. We're looking at bringing on a technical writer, along with a couple different things. Everybody here is a pretty tight-knit group, and we like to keep it that way. We all work very well together, and it's just a matter of finding the key team members that work well with everybody already involved with the team.
We actually just hired a technical writer. I just wanted to say that. And it is very exciting.
Yona.
Yes.
I have a question for you. You're posting on Facebook. I want to say Twitter. Major exchanges coming. What exchanges are we talking about?
You will see those all in the following quarter after our masternodes drop down to 2 million. Those things will be our next. That's actually what their roadmap entails, is getting on bigger exchanges in the next roadmap. As far as I'm concerned, as of the 31st, we are in the next quarter.
Yes, in the video you talk about major exchanges like Lightbit, Bittrex, Binance. Are that the exchanges we can expect?
Those things are all subject to exchange approval. So, I mean, it's a matter of how much they like my shoes. I'm really going to try my best, guys. I'm going to do everything and put everything in the paperwork all together. We have to just, you know, be a community and be strong for this.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes without saying, all of us are pretty active traders on Bittrex. There's not really any coins that's other than Doge. There's nothing really less than 40 sats in there. So, I mean, I think we need to really develop this community and get this coin up to a much higher price before we can approach this guys.
I disagree. We have my rates. That's the same market cap as Linda coin. So there are much with the same market cap. Why Linda coin not on it?
There's another layer to all this too, where there
Is everyone muted? Can't hear you, Justin.
Yeah, Justin,
Sorry, I was trying to
looks
cut
like
out a lot
everybody
of
was
that
muted.
background noise.
Oh no, I'm saying that, you know, some of these exchanges, they have fees, and so some of these fees we may just not have the liquidity yet to be able to do that. It's not even a matter of they don't want us. It's just a matter of sometimes the Bitcoin just ain't there yet.
Hey guys, quick question. What should be our mentality? Because I hear kind of a lot of questions that expect this thing to be $1 overnight, and that's just not the reality. So what should be people's kind of expectation with this coin? I mean, I'm thinking it's a 6 month to a year hold, at least for me. And I guess just maybe having the right mentality, because this isn't a day trading coin per se, right? I mean, this is an investment. What is you guys' thoughts on that? I mean, just looking at it.
I think, Matthew, I think you're right on the head. I think you're hit it right on the head with it. Definitely not a day trading coin, especially if you're an experienced trader. I wouldn't even look at Linda, to be honest with you. It would definitely be something as far as a midterm to long-term investment, which we are building the community back from, or just starting to really get the community involved. So I really see, you know, Linda moving along at a nice pace now. I mean, our volume is starting to pick up nicely. You can start to see that over the last couple of weeks, it's really started to build some momentum and steam, you know, with us putting out the new wallets, with us getting onto a new exchange. And these new things and new exciting things are going to consistently continue to come, which is just going to continue to build momentum. So.
And the 99% return on investment on the 2 million Masternode, I mean, that right there screams this is a long-term hodl, which makes sense.
Yeah, and we got to crawl before we walk, and then we got to walk before we run. So I mean, this is just, I mean, we're still really in the infancy stage here, you know, especially because Sam, the original founder, literally just relinquished everything over to us. So, you know, it takes some time. We're just building on it, and we will continue to deliver like we have been. So, you know, just be patient, and you know, I would say like Stephen was saying, it's kind of a you know, midterm to long term kind of hold here. But you won't be disappointed. I can promise that.
So one of the benefits I wanted to talk about is the fact that we have a really great proof of stake. That's what people really like about this coin right now. We're talking about really great staking opportunities. So if we lower masternodes, you're going to get a better opportunity right now to really emphasize, you know, your staking capabilities and get the highest return. I think being able to just have that accessible to more people on a playing field alone would draw more people in, because we're talking about getting some of the highest rewards or even qualifying for a masternode at the lowest cost. So right now, if we're talking about it in a sense where it's supply and demand, if we have a really great community that helps promote this 2 million masternode, all of a sudden that 2 million masternode goes from costing $2,000 to $20,000. And then when the volume goes up even more, I can't even tell you where it could potentially go. But we know that Masternodes at the current price right now has been at 1,300,000 and has been a lot cheaper. So it all depends on where the market goes, given what we do with the Masternode dropping down. It's really up to the community what they feel is the best opportunity with that. I mean, it's going to be available for everyone. I mean, it's going to be something that's obtainable at this current price. Maybe with, if you don't like have the money, maybe saving up, something that's obtainable, right? Like people, that's within budget. So I think that giving that opportunity for having this supply and demand right now, okay, we're going to give the supply. If the demand all of a sudden decreases, we're going to see some really great things happen.
Quick technical question for your developer on the 2 million Masternode. Are we going to have to do coin control on that Masternode? I've heard some varying details on that to get the greatest potential of return.
Masternode staking and staking regularly are exactly the same. So splitting tends to happen at a certain date of a block. And so I would think, kind of got a little tracked into code there, sorry. What exactly was the question, sorry?
The question is I've heard on the Discord talk that with regular staking, you have to keep an eye on your coin control, you know, because you're wanting to recombine your blocks as they automatically split up. But with a Masternode, you don't necessarily have to do that. It's just all automatic.
I think the staking would probably split just the same. However, now I'm still getting a complete coverage over the source code myself. So in terms of Masternodes, I believe what's going to happen is it'll do an auto pack, but don't hold me that together. So it should stake all coins. You won't get maturity on those coins right immediately. So to answer your question, I'll get back to you on whether or not you actually have to perform a manual coin control on that, because I can't give you a definite answer. I wish I could actually, but I suspect that a coin control could potentially increase your yield if it is doing the same splits on staking as a normal wallet would stake. There is a significant difference about how we lock coins in a Masternode. So based on that, I'm guessing the tweaking wouldn't net you very much. The split would probably combine back into a wallet, or they would mature fast because of the way that your Masternode rewards are calculated.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I've been so over all of the math and everything over the last few days, trying to make sure that everything's in place to be able to make the Masternode change, that I've kind of been really mono-focused on just that aspect. So you caught me with my pants down, so I'll definitely get you an answer.
No worries.
Hey guys,
Thanks, man.
I have a question regarding the Masternode. When do you guys have projected to go into the 2 million Linda coin setting for the Masternode?
That is going to happen on March 31st.
March 31st.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Thanks, guys.
Hey guys, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
All right, so my first question, so I just got the 30 mil Masternode. How will the 2 mil affect all those 30 mil Masternode holders? Will it make they get less returns because so many more are coming in, or what effect does that have?
Ultimately, I'll step in on that one too. Ultimately, the way Masternodes are usually picked in terms of staking rewards when it's a staking wallet. They're given a percentage of whatever those staking rewards are. Those numbers won't change. So in terms of what you should expect as a reward when you are a winning Masternode, those numbers should still stay relatively within what you're currently seeing or have or expect to see.
Okay, thanks for that. On a second question, are you guys looking for anyone to join the team? Specifically, I specialize in taking startups, building companies myself, and taking them multi-million-dollar companies, focus on marketing and support and really promoting the product brand and stuff like that. Are you looking for anyone with that type of skill set to come in and join the team?
We're always looking for people. I mean, if you have obviously the right skill set, or if anyone has that skill set, I would highly encourage, contacting me on LinkedIn or Twitter, any media source that you physically can, sending me your resume. And yeah, if you have that type of reach in the community, I mean, we'd be a fool not to bring you on. So
I'll reach out to you, and I'm interested in jumping on the deck, coming out and seeing you, sit down face to face, and really go deeper into this. So I'll reach out to you guys. Thanks for what you're doing.
All right.
Touch.
thank you.
Sounds good.
Sorry, I'm just scrolling through all the faces here.
All right, guys. Is that about all we have for this evening, or do we have
I
anybody
think
else?
it is.
So is anybody excited about having a Masternode at the end of the month?
Yeah, baby. Pumped.
Yeah.
There you
Good.
go.
Was that you, Booger? Booger, was that you?
No. But Crypto Booger is a sweet name, by the way, whoever's got that. It's awesome.
Yeah.
All
We
right.
got a strong
Well,
community.
Crypto Booger.
Well, sounds good, guys. We really appreciate you guys jumping on tonight with us. Like I said, it's been kind of rough. I was traveling to try to sit down and do this with you guys tonight, and I know there's a few others that everybody was busy, but we wanted to touch base with you guys and go ahead and let you know all the good news and let you know that the Masternode will be here at the end of the month. So
Thank you.
not a
Get
problem,
ready, guys.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Thank you
huge.
guys for showing up.
Now, with that being said, you guys have a good night, and we thank you guys for coming.